going on, everybody? It's your boy Titus Peoples, and we are back with another episode of When Discussion Strikes. First and foremost, Happy New Year.
Happy
2021. I wish you all the best, prosperous year, and let's see what we make of this year.
Hear, hear.
But today,
Yo.
we've had hip-hop artists on this show. We've had screenwriters on this show. We've had a little bit of everything on the show. But today, we're going to tap into nerd culture, the basis of nerd culture. We're going to go knee deep into nerd culture. And there was no other person that I was calling for this episode but a good friend of mine.
I'm weak.
The host of Deaf to Storytelling podcast, a friend of mine for 10 years. Nigel Harden is here.
Thank you, brother, man. Thank you, TP. It's
Yes.
a pleasure to be here, bro. Damn. 10 years? I feel like it's been longer than that, man.
Yo, like 12, 13.
12, 13?
yeah.
I like that. I like that 12.
Yeah,
we'll keep that even number.
Yes, 12. Bro, so we just going to jump right into it.
Yeah, please, bro.
Why are these fans so goddamn toxic?
Oh,
no,
darn.
first and foremost, let me jump back.
That's jumping into it real deep.
Let me jump into this question
Go.
first.
Let's go.
Is nerd culture important to pop culture or more important at this point? Because sometimes I think there's a thin line between nerd culture and pop culture because sometimes they spill into each other. So which one is more important?
Without nerd culture, there wouldn't be any pop culture. That's first and foremost. Everything that you see on these girls' T-shirts from Pokemon, Star Wars. I even saw a girl wear a Doctor Who T-shirt. Dope show. Doesn't know anything. But she said, "I like the shirt. Good for you. Congratulations. Keep on putting your delusional dollars into this franchise so I could get more stuff." Without nerd culture, there would not be any pop culture. People wear Batman, only know Bruce Wayne as Batman. Don't even know any of his Robins. Don't know that even Bruce Wayne right now is married right now. Don't even know that Alfred is dead right now. But they wear the shirts.
And those are what I call surface fans.
Oh,
and there's
normals,
nothing
bro.
wrong with being a surface fan.
No. We want your money.
But I feel the issue with core people like yourself and the surface fans is when they begin to pose as if like they're knee deep in the culture when they're really not.
Yes. Like going to WikiLeaks, going to Wikipedia and be like, okay, well, Dick Grayson was Batman in 2000. Like, I get it. I understand it. But whatever you say, it doesn't matter.
It really doesn't.
It doesn't matter. Like, I was having a conversation with a good friend of mine. She is a surface level Star Wars fan.
Like myself.
But we love you guys. But once she started to say, the Mandalorian is whack. I want to know more about the Mandalorians, blah, blah, blah. Like, there's nothing about the Mandalorians and here and here. And my mind went black. Like, I wanted to just go dark and seal sex on her. But I couldn't, because I realized that if I became a alpha nerd, I would be one of those gatekeeping nerds. But I'm just trying to give you
a toxic guy. Yeah.
But that's not toxic. See, I feel like toxic fandom is fandom that is, they put their own ideas into it, their own agenda.
Word.
And it doesn't even take place in the core fandom or in the lore. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's what a toxic fandom is. I would consider myself a pure fan because I wanted to stay. If it makes sense in the movie or in the realm of comic books and books and all this stuff, then sure. But if you just do some off the wall stuff that doesn't make any sense,
and just throwing characters in there,
changing
character arcs for no reason.
No. Dude, there was a rumor going on. I don't know if I should say it, but there was a rumor going on that they wanted to give Boba Fett like a sex change.
Weird to say the least.
You know, and it's just like, I can't. And then when I posted on my podcast, I got death threats. I got death threats from like the surface level fans, the fandom, the toxic fandom. You don't want to see a trans woman. It's like, no, it's not even about that. It's the fact that you are going against the grand. You know what I mean?
Feel you on that.
So I can go on forever for that one.
All right, so you basically just touched on it, but I want you to go a little bit deeper.
Let's go.
Pause.
Yeah.
Who are the worst kinds of nerds?
Star Wars fans.
Absolutely, and I would have to agree with you with that. Y'all almost made the guy that played Jar Jar Binks commit suicide, bro. Like,
bro, I was 9. I was 9 years old when that happened, bro.
Yo, bro, do you know what a terrible person that you have to be to make a person almost want to quit Hollywood entirely and also want to kill himself? Like, bro, okay, Jar Jar Binks may not be the most likable character in the Star Wars.
No, that's
realm.
Rey now. That's Rey and Finn now.
I actually like Finn, man.
Oh, we could go on forever for that. Make this an hour show.
Word. Nah, but my problem with nerd culture is I understand that you embrace things. Like, you grow up on certain ideals. Like, you grow up watching Star Wars, Batmans, and stuff like that.
It's the story, bro.
In the stories. But we also have to take into consideration these characters are not real.
Of course.
Let me tell you something. When we was going to the Art Institute, I almost had to break up a physical altercation in the 5th floor lounge between two nerds that were about to really fight in front of some of the baddest shorties I ever seen.
Facts.
And about whether Batman or Superman were the better hero. And I was just like, bro, I was like, one, you guys are making a fool of yourself in front of these hot girls. That's one. Two, I'm not about to sit here and watch you fight over two characters that are well over 65 years old and, like, they're not real.
Right.
There's definitely a Clark Kent walking around, but not one that flies. There's definitely a guy named Bruce Wayne somewhere in the world right now, but his parents didn't get murked in an alley and he's not running around with a bat suit. These guys are not real. And then when they looked at me, it was just like they had this look of like, wow, he's right. So, like, I understand that you have your ideals and stuff like that, your cores, like what you want to see and what you love.
Right.
But at the end of the day,
it's not real. Like,
they're not real.
And this is, as much as I am a hardcore Star Wars fan, I have James Earl Jones, Hayden Christensen, Jake Lloyd, and David Prowse autographs. I'm set. I'm not selling those ever.
No, of course
but
not.
I'm set. I have the complete Darth Vader saga in my room. You know, try to rob me, I'll fight you. But I think when it comes to the fandom that I know with Star Wars and stuff like that, even with Comic-Con and everything else like that, I feel like those type of nerds take it to another extreme. And I don't want to affiliate myself with those type of nerds because it's like I get nerdism or just the fandom in general is about just displaying your opinions. It's about debating this, that, and whatever.
And we've had some epic fifth floor lounge arguments about comic books and stuff like that.
It's like I can't say to myself that maybe I can remember one time where I went to a bar and me and this other guy, we were just talking about like which prequel movie is better. You know, this guy was like yelling at me about episode 3. I'm like, nah, dude, episode 2 is the greatest, is Citizen Kane. You know, it's a double-edged sword because at one point, I love it. And the second point, if it gets too dumb, then I want to distance myself.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? Like I see dudes like, and this is another thing. I see people in the barbershop going at it over sports, over dudes that's making 10 times more money than they are, but they are DICK writing on these players. So even though it's the same thing, it's just one just doesn't exist. The other one does exist, but they don't care about your existence. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So that's my thing.
I feel you on that.
You know?
And then like, yo, that's a perfect breakdown of it. That's a very perfect breakdown of it.
It's
So,
yeah.
say if I wanted to be a nerd, like
I mean, you are a nerd, bro.
I lived underneath a rock for like 25
Surface level nerd,
years.
so you're still a nerd.
What comic books? Give me your top 5 comic books
Ooh, that's
a
hard.
person should read if they want to jump into any kind of nerd culture and be a surface dweller nerd.
I have to say, damn, TP.
Oh, I hate you.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, but you ain't know it was gonna be
I didn't
this
even
show.
know that was gonna happen. I didn't even do some research on that. Okay.
Oh no. Oh, yo, bro. Oh, then give me your top 5.
My top 5? No,
Yeah.
dude. No, I love this. You're putting me on the spot. I work in this type of danger, bro. I have to say, one of my favorite runs would have to be, if I'm gonna go I'm gonna go Japanese to American.
All right, cool. Do that.
So Wolf and Cub, Lone
Cub.
Wolf and Cub, volumes 1 to volume 5, probably one of the greatest works of art and literature in history. One of the superb dialogue, delicious illustrations. The scenes look super cinematic, and it's one of the main reasons why I wanted to be a writer.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? That's crazy to me. Then after that, I would say the whole entire run of Captain America, Bucky Barnes.
Okay.
When Bucky Barnes became Captain America after Steve Rogers died,
Amazing.
my man was just going everywhere. Middle East, Russia, Kuwait, fake countries, and just like, I was like,
Turning up.
and just stabbing dudes. I'm just like, yes, that's what I need. That's what.
Is that my father?
Yo, it's just like someone came out of nowhere on a plane. It's like, you're not captain, and he's like, threw a knife at him, hit him in the skull, and they kicked him, and then looked at everybody in like the helicopter, the helicarrier, and says, he's right. I'm not captain, and I'm just like,
And that will not be in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
man,
Like,
give me that. Then after that, I would have to say Wolverine and Punisher Max series. So before Marvel got absorbed by Disney, Marvel had maybe four or three adult series of books.
Okay.
And this is
Cussing, killing.
murking. Like one of my favorite books was when they went to Argentina, and he was looking for child pedophiles.
Oh, wow.
Punisher and Wolverine, and they were just murking dudes. And I'm just like, I think we need this. Honestly, right now with like the whole entire Epstein cases and all that stuff, yes, we definitely need that. We got a little too soft with pedos, in my opinion.
Oh,
and I
no.
think,
Oh,
you
bro,
know what I
trust
mean?
me, trust
so
me.
bringing back Wolverine and Punisher, like there was one scene where Wolverine just anally punctured somebody and just went at it. It was gore. Perfection. Vader's Quest, Dark Horse Comics, the Yang Zong Vong Invasion. That's not a comic book, but it's a chapter book of the new Jedi Order.
Okay.
When Luke Skywalker was actually Luke Skywalker. Super,
All right,
you know what I mean? So yeah, those would be my top. If you want to get into it, I would say read the whole entire Legacy series of Star Wars, Wolverine and Punisher, Moon Knight.
Moon Knight
Is banging, because I suffer with mental illness too, and I relate to him. You know what I mean? So it was great to see a mentally challenged person be a hero. So that's another.
Yo,
I'm just gonna throw that
I
out there.
feel comic books are dope when you can actually see a piece of yourself
Exactly.
in a character.
And that's perfect. That's perfection.
That's where all the nerd culture aside, when like you can relate to something, that's what brings us all together. That's why I think places like Comic-Con and stuff like that is so dope. Because like, bro, you could be super gangster, super thug, blood, crip, but your love for comic books.
It's just one and the same, bro.
Word, bro. Like for the amount of time that you're there, you guys are cool. You're sharing comic books. Oh, bro, I like your costume. Oh, thank you, bro. Like, yo, I like shit like that, bro. I like stuff like
I
that.
miss Comic-Con, bro.
I definitely miss Comic-Con too. Like, me and Chuck was actually supposed to go to Comic-Con.
Last year?
Yeah.
Before the Resident Evil virus?
Yeah.
Got me.
Shout out to my boy Chuck Taylor. But like, yeah, bro,
Yo.
like, so, Nigel,
Yo,
what are your thoughts on cons?
like Comic-Cons?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I absolutely love them, man. I believe that, I feel like fake fans, I feel like fake fans need to go to Comic-Con or like Big Apple Con or Indie Con or Anime Con. There are people who love this. I remember when I went to Comic-Con around 2005, I was 15, Star Wars Episode 3 came out. I've never seen so many of my own age. A whole lot of like Star Wars, like original trilogy fans were there, but the prequel fans were starting to grow up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we started defending our favorite movie. And we actually had a sit down. Like the original trilogy fans had beer or something like that. Again, I'm 15.
Yeah.
So I didn't have beer, but I had something else. And we were just literally having a conversation playing Magic the Gathering. The most nerdiest thing of all time. Just talking about the character's journey, the hero's journey. What can we do? Why you don't like this character? You don't like Jar Jar? If you didn't do anything, guys, Jar Jar could have been Darth Plagueis and all of this stuff. Like, there was so many theories and thoughts. Like, you know, in Greek times, where all the philosophers go to, like, you know, all these like scholarly somethings or whatever. I hate saying whatever. It makes me sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. But that's what I think. Like, that's what cons are. It's where people go to talk about their opinions and their philosophies of things that don't even exist, but they do exist in some way or form in reality.
Absolutely, because you can't touch a comic book, so like you know what I mean.
But it's not even that. It's like I said before, Wolverine and Punisher was going to Argentina to go and find pedophiles. You know, we all know that is wrong, but it was done in a way that like it actually set a message, and that's the difference between what's going on right now, is with agendas overriding storytelling. You know,
absolutely, that makes perfect sense.
It's just like I read a She-Hulk comic. And She-Hulk is like, when she turns to She-Hulk, she feels liberated, she feels sexy, she feels powerful, she feels independent. That was all the way done during the Women's March in the 60s. But then, fast forward to the present, she's bulky and big and just mean and crude and rude, and she's like a man, even though she's talking in the comic books about how she doesn't like men, hating men, and yet you're becoming the brute men that you hate the most. So your message is not aligning with what you're saying. You're becoming what you hate, and that's why a lot of fans are not reading American comic books anymore. The trilogy, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, those used to be skyrocket to the number one comic book spot. And now it's like is Demon Slayer. Japanese comic books are owning us, and that has never happened in the past 20 years. So that wow, I just went off the question. I'm sorry about that.
Nah, bro, but like this is all information that people who are trying to get into comic books need, bro. Like,
and I think with sorry to cut you off, brother, man.
No, do it.
I love storytelling, and if you can convey your stories in a way that you want your agenda to be, make it good, make it inspiring, make it make sense. You don't have to belittle a character that was over like 40 years to bring in a new character. That's not how things work. That's not how you extend, the flames of the keeper. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's supposed to be an extension of yourself. Philosophy, bam. And from comic books, bam.
From Nigel,
bam.
Yo, so let's get into What is your opinion on race bending characters? Because, we've got African American Spider-Man. Like, we are getting African American Dark Knight. So, what is your honest opinion on it?
As a mixed guy myself, my favorite, let me erase that because that makes no sense. Like, it doesn't even matter. My favorite character of all time is Spider-Man Miles Morales. No. My God, Miguel O'Hara. The first Mexican-Irish Spider-Man. Came out in 1992. I did not see anybody rooting for him. My man was gory. My man was smart. My man was intelligent. He was proper, but he was also a murderer as well. He had to get things done. His stories were amazing. Flash forward to Peter Parker, Ultimate Peter Parker dying. He just died. We didn't even get any solace. At least with Superman when he died, there was a fight to become Superman. Steel, Superboy, a cyborg Superman. They were fighting to become Superman. And I'm just like, okay, that makes sense. Of course. You have people, pretenders, that want to be Superman. I understood that because it made sense. It was done horribly, but it made sense. Miles Morales comes out of nowhere, dons like a Spider-Man suit. Captain America says, okay. May Parker, aunt of Peter Parker, here's some web shooters. Okay. Mary Jane is like, Spider-Man, here. Okay. He even gets Gwen Stacy. Okay. Like it's not like he never fought. He never got anything himself. It was always
Given to him.
It's a hand-me-down. And if you make a race swap and you just give him everything without any reward or any trials or tribulation, that's not a hero to me. Miles Morales, in comic book form, is Peter Parker. The only real Miles Morales is from Into the Spider-Verse. That's the only Miles Morales that actually has his own personality.
Which is an incredibly dope series.
Great movie.
Great movie.
Great movie. When I saw it, I'm just like, wow, that's what Miles Morales is supposed to be? Cool. But in the comic books, he's Peter Parker. Except Peter Parker got skin cancer and got black. That's it. If you want to make a black character, like for example, when I told you outside, Frederick Wallace. You know what I mean? Like you could go to the podcast for that one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we made a whole entirely new character. And it was fire. If you just, if the character's only main focus point is that he is black, Asian, Latino, then that's not a character to me.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a hand-me-down. There's a new character, I think, Ironheart. Iron Man just gave her, like, she won an MIT award. She built her own very Iron Man suit. And then she's celebrated for being a black Iron Woman. But what has she done? Absolutely nothing. So when you give these black characters absolutely nothing to do or no good credibility stories, then a lot of people are not going to like these characters. And then those people who don't like these characters
get the Twitter fingers.
Is like you're racist and all that stuff. Like I got called like a you don't like these characters because you're an evil white man. It's like, nah, that's not the case.
First off, young lady, I'm not white.
I'm yellow.
I'm yellow.
You know, it's. I want these characters. I want these black characters. I want these Spanish characters to have momentous, epic stories.
And then have pieces of us scattered in there. Like,
Exactly.
yo, bro, I want to see Miles Morales picking up sneakers on 125th Street.
Yo, high key.
I want to see Miles Morales taking Gwen Stacy to Jimbo's to get
Yes.
like,
why is they fighting the KKK? Like all of a sudden, I'm like, that. What? Like,
Word.
you know what I mean? Like it's not genuine. It's just like, okay, the real villains of black people in real life, and we're gonna make that into a comic book. KKK members and racist whatever. And I'm just like, dude, the 60s are done.
Word.
Like, give me more.
Word. People, Nigel, where
Yo.
can the people find you?
Dude, you can find me on Spotify. My name is Death to Storytelling. Anything about nerds, from Star Wars to even politics. We talk about that stuff in Death to Storytelling on Spotify and Anchor. You can find me there. And also on my Instagram, Hebrew__Poppy. If you're angry at me, send them my way. If you're happy at me, send them my way. Thank you.
Y'all know where y'all can find me. I am Titus Peoples on all social media platforms. You can follow my Instagram page. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was our Nerd Culture episode. Until part 2 on his podcast, Death to Storytelling. Until next time, it's your boy. I'm out.
May the force be with you.